Yeah, I mean, she's really good tennis player. Goes for her shots, takes the ball early, rips. Being a lefty is always tricky, competes really well. I mean, obviously she's beaten a lot of top players this week. I don't really think she needs me to tell her that she's a great player, that we're not going to see enough of her, but we definitely are. And she proved that tonight. I mean, that was really tough.
What a week it has been at Indian Wells. And even though the tournament has come to an end for Alex Eala, the conversation around her is just getting started. Because when someone like Jessica Pegula steps up and starts defending you, starts vouching for you, starts going off about how special you are, you know that the world is paying attention. And that is exactly what happened after Alex Eala's loss in the round of 16 at Indian Wells. Jessica Pegula did not hold back. She had plenty to say, and every single word of it was the truth. Let's start from the beginning, because this story deserves to be told properly. Alex Eala came into Indian Wells, and she did not come quietly. She came in swinging, she came in with purpose, and she showed everyone watching that she belongs at this level. Her wins throughout the week against top competition, including players like Coco, were a statement. They were proof that this young woman from the Philippines is not just a feel-good story. She is a genuine force in women's tennis, and when you start beating the name she was beating, people start talking, the crowds start growing, the energy starts building. And Indian Wells felt every single bit of that energy this week. But tournaments are tough, and the round of 16 brought a result that did not go Ayala's way. She lost. And in that moment, a lot of people were watching to see how she would handle it. How does a young player deal with defeat when the entire world is watching? When thousands of Filipino fans have traveled all the way to California just to be in her corner? When the pressure is real and the cameras never stop rolling? That is the moment that reveals character. And Alex Eala revealed hers in a way that left everyone speechless. She did not rush off the court. She did not disappear into the tunnel and leave her fans standing there wondering. She stayed. She waved to every single one of her supporters who had made that journey to be with her. She looked them in the eyes. She expressed her gratitude. And she carried herself with a grace and composure that even some of the biggest names in the sport cannot manage on their best days. That image, Alex Eala waving to her fans after a tough loss, is going to stay with people for a long time because that is who she is. That is the kind of champion she already is, even before the trophies start piling up.
Journey to be with her.
The whole crowd was against me, and I was like, what on earth is going on? Like, where do these people come from? And then week after week, as she has done well and established herself as a really good player on tour, they all come out to support her. And so I think we saw that in Australia when it was kind of overcrowded. They put her on a too small of a court.
And Jessica Pegula saw all of it. She sees it every time Eala steps onto a court. And after that loss, Pegula went off. She spoke her truth, and she did not hold back a single word of it. Pegula made it absolutely clear that one loss in the round of 16 does not define Alex Eala. One result on one afternoon does not erase everything this young woman has done and everything she is going to do in this sport. Pegula declared that there is no one, not a single person paying attention to women's tennis right now, who can deny the potential that Alex Eala is bringing to the WTA. And she is right. You simply cannot deny it. Pegula spoke about the energy Eala brings to the tour. She talked about how from the moment Eala broke onto the scene, she brought something different with her, a freshness, an electricity, a genuine love for the game and for the people who come out to support her. Pegula said she has loved watching Eala grow and develop as a player, and she made it clear that what we are seeing right now is just the beginning. Just the beginning. Think about that for a second. What we watched at Indian Wells this week, the incredible atmosphere, the packed crowds, the electric matches, all of that is just the beginning of what Alex Eala is going to bring to this sport. And Pegula took it even further. She mentioned that she would love to have Eala on her podcast to sit down and really talk about the kind of attention and energy she is bringing to the WTA right now. Because it is not a small thing. When a player is drawing the kind of crowd and passion that Alex Eala draws, that matters for the entire sport. It matters for women's tennis. It grows the game, it brings new fans in, it makes existing fans more passionate. Pegula understands that, and she clearly has a deep appreciation for what Eala represents, not just as a player but as a personality and as a symbol for her people.
It's amazing. I mean, I played her when she kind of broke out last year in Miami, and I'm from there, and the whole crowd was against me, and I was like, what on earth is going on? Like, where do these people come from?
Speaking of personality, Pegula went out of her way to praise how Alex Eala is handling all of the fame and attention that has been coming her way. And let's be honest, That is not an easy thing to manage. When you become a national hero, when an entire country rallies behind you, when millions of people are watching your every match and every move, that weight can be enormous. But Pegula said that the way Eala is carrying that responsibility is nothing short of amazing. She is doing it with grace. She is doing it with humility. She appreciates her fans in a way that is genuine and visible and real. And in the face of defeat, she shows a composure that speaks volumes about who she is as a person. Compare that to what we sometimes see from other players. We have all seen what happens when certain high-profile players lose matches they expected to win. We saw it at the French Open final when Coco Gauff made an incredible comeback against Irina Sabalenka. Instead of acknowledging that Coco was the better player on that day, Sabalenka went into the press conference and essentially said that Coco did not win because she played well, but because Sabalenka herself played poorly. Taking credit for your opponent's victory, refusing to acknowledge their brilliance, that tells you everything you need to know about a person's character. And that is why the contrast with how Alex Eala conducts herself is so striking, so refreshing, and so deeply appreciated by everyone in and around the sport.
In and around the sport.
She won the match not because she played incredible, just because I made all of those mistakes from, like if you look from the outside, kind of like from an easy balls. If Iga would win me...
This is exactly why players like Jessica Pegula are going to bat for Alex Eala. This is why Pegula is not just praising her game, but actively defending her and supporting her. And it goes back further than this week. Remember the Australian Open earlier this year when Eala was drawing massive crowds, but the WTA was not giving her access to bigger courts in the early rounds? Pegula spoke up about it then too. She supported Eala publicly, declaring that she deserved to be on the bigger stages so that her fans could be there with her, and so she could have that energy pushing her forward. Pegula saw the injustice of it, and she said something. That is a real ally. That is someone who genuinely believes in what Alex Eala represents. And Pegula was not alone in that moment either. Tennis legend Novak Djokovic also added his voice to the conversation, declaring that Alex Eala deserves all the attention and respect in the world. Djokovic acknowledged that Eala is the biggest name in tennis to ever come out of the Philippines, and that she and the Filipino people deserve to be treated with the respect that comes with that status. When you have someone like Novak Djokovic standing up for you, when you have someone like Jessica Pegula going off in your defense, when even opponents like Coco Gauff are showing you love after a match, you know that what you are doing is something truly special.
Alex Eala represents.
I think it was Eala is the match that I was looking at, and there was people like wrapped around the stadium just trying to get in, which is pretty crazy. And I mean, it's cool to see and it's exciting, but obviously, you know, for fan experience, I don't know because I'm not living that same experience, but hopefully the event kind of continues to grow with.
So Indian Wells is over for Alex Eala, but her story is far from finished. Up next is the Miami Open, and that tournament holds a very special place in Ayala's journey because it is the tournament that introduced her to the world stage in the first place. It is where people first started sitting up and paying attention, first started realizing that this young woman from the Philippines was not just good, she was something else entirely. She is going to go back to Miami with something to prove. She is going to go back fired up, focused, and ready to remind everyone exactly who she is and her fans. Those incredible, passionate, devoted fans who showed up in California to cheer her on through every single match, they will be back too. They will follow her to Miami because that is what this fan base does. They show up, they never stop showing up, and Alex Eala never stops appreciating them for it. Jessica Pegula said it best. One loss does not define Alex Eala. What defines her is the way she plays, the way she carries herself, the way she loves her fans, and the way she is changing women's tennis just by being in it. The WTA is better because Alex Eala is in it, and the best is absolutely still to come.
You know that what you are doing is something truly special.
Alex Eala, you know, that's been a talk, and which is understandable. You know, there's some players coming from respective countries, like she's coming from Philippines, which is now a big deal. You know, she's been the biggest ever, you know, tennis player from that country, which is a big country, and there's a big interest. So things like that happen. I mean, it's you could argue that it was, you know, maybe a poor schedule, and maybe they could schedule them on a bigger court. Yes, but again, she's so young and she's just coming through. So,
what do you guys think about Jessica Pegula strongly backing Alex Eala after her Indian Wells loss? Do you agree with Pegula that one defeat should never define a young player who is clearly showing world-class potential? Do you think Alex Eala has already proven that she belongs among the biggest names in the WTA? Or do you still want to see more before putting her in that category? And what do you make of the way Eala handled the loss, stayed back for the fans, and showed grace even in disappointment? Let me know in the comments whether you think Pegula is absolutely right about Ayala's future. And also tell me this: can Alex Eala bounce back in Miami and make an even bigger statement on the tour?